What's up? What's up? I want to tell you a story about something I just experienced and how it made me believe in Jesus. Right. So the other night we had a bad storm. Saturday night around 10:30, 11 o'clock. It was a bad storm. I mean, they had tornado warnings flashing. You know, shit. I ain't know what the hell was about to happen. So during the storm, we cut off all the lights. You know how when I guess just growing up, that was always a thing. Cut them lights off when it's storming and, get together. So we was on that type of thing. You know what I mean? And after the storm, I think my wife went to the bathroom and she cut the bathroom lights on and they was real dim. She was like, "Trap, something wrong with the lights." So I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, well, hell, maybe the damn power went out somewhere, or something happened with the pole or something like that. So I'm like, that's what it is. Get a couple of minutes. So about 10 to 15 minutes went by, they came on. So I felt good, like, yeah. So I went to sleep, went to bed, like, yeah, hey, that's all it was. So the next day, I was on the grind. She called me. She say, the lights in the ceiling went out. You know, the TVs and stuff on, but won't none of the lights in the ceiling work in none of the rooms in the ceiling. So I'm at work like, damn, you know how it go. Like, here we go again. There's always something. So I called one of my homeboys who stay in the neighborhood. I say, man, I'm at work, man. Will you do me a favor? Will you run down there, man, and check my breaker box and see if I got a breaker halfway tripped or something, my power messing up. So he said, yeah, man, I got you. So he called me. I ain't see nothing wrong, Trap. But by the time he got down there, the lights came back on. So I'm like, in my mind, I'm like, well, hell, maybe that was just another fluke. I'm just trying to think positive. You know what I mean? Well, maybe it was another fluke. So I get out of work, come home. She like, yeah, my wife was like, yeah, I don't know what that was, but wasn't nothing working. And I'm trying to go by what she's saying. So I'm checking everything when I get home, just double checking all my breaker boxes. This is an older house, so I still got one breaker panel with fuses. So I'm checking all my fuses, making sure everything right. I said, yeah, well, I don't know what it is. All I can think of is, hey, I hope it was a two-time fluke type of thing. So yesterday morning, I woke up about 6 o'clock, 5 or 6 to go to the bathroom, and I go hit the bathroom light. Ain't no lights. So I'm like, damn, here it go again. So in my mind, I say, goddamn, activate, go gadget, motherfucking electrician. You know what I mean? So I went and put me on a damn jacket and some flip-flops, put my headlight on. I said, I'm finna get your motherfucking ass. You done fuck with the wrong one. I done woke up, goddamn go gadget, right? So I'm outside with my headlight on. It's pitch dark. I'm in the breaker box looking for a trip breaker or whatever. I got three electrical panels. I go to the garage, look for that one, ain't nothing there. So now I'm dealing with this old school fuse box. And I pull the fuses out and I switch them. And when I switch them, god darn, what's out come on, what's on go out. I say, I got your ass. I found it now, right? I got you. So I'm switching the fuses, double checking myself, making sure it's right. So I diagnose it or whatever. And then when I stick them back in, they all come on. So my reasoning and logic of what's going on tells me, okay, I got a fuse that's going in and out. It's getting hot. It's about to go bad. The storm maybe made a surge or whatever, but I got a fuse about to go bad. So I say, well, when I wake up, I'm gonna go to Lowe's. And then in my mind, I'm be real with you, I'm tripping like, damn, I hate to go in goddamn Lowe's. I don't really be wanting to go nowhere right now. I don't want to deal with none of that shit. So I wake up, get right, go to Lowe's, buy new fuses. I'm on the way home from Lowe's. My wife called me and say, The power out again. So I say, it's all good. I'm on the way. You know, in my mind, motherfucker, I'm coming to get you. I'm coming to get you, right? So I get home, the power out. I put all new fuses in there, feeling good, you know, getting ready to push it back in like a voila. I push it in, nothing. I say, what the hell? You know, like, damn, man, here we go again. You know, motherfucker done jabbed me back, took me back. I'm like, damn, I thought I was ready to knock this motherfucker out, but this motherfucker fighting back. So I sit back, I say, okay, got to analyze this shit. And I ain't got no testimeters, so I'm going off straight up logic and reasoning, you know what I mean? If I had me some meters, I could have got depth, you know. I ain't no electrician, but like I say, I can dance, but I ain't no dancer, you know what I mean? So first thing I do, while I'm sitting back reasoning, I start making phone calls to all my people, my brothers, all my big brothers that I know deal with it, and just get some insight on which way to look. So, you know, I'm calling all of them, man, and everybody pretty much saying the same thing in general. You know, it seems like you got a short somewhere, or some saying that breaker box could just be old and about to go out. You might need new breakers, this and that. So I'm taking in everything everybody's saying, you know what I mean? And I'm doing my own little tests. John come back, I'm calling him. I said, well, John, I think it's the ceiling fan, cause that might be where my short from. Cause one time before, every time my AC kick in or my dryer come on, I see it dim a little bit. So it might not be getting enough power in there somewhere. So I took my ceiling fan down, and this is a pretty good ass ceiling fan. So I took it down, put up a regular light. So I'm like, yeah, okay, you know. Then that motherfucker went out again, boom. So now it got me on the ropes. Shit getting real. I'm like, man, I got to deal with this shit. So and doing this, right, so I called some numbers back. Now, a lot of the electricians that I know tell me, like, yeah, you gonna need a goddamn electrician out that motherfucker. I'm like, God damn, what's the difference? But now they telling me pretty much I got to get somebody who ready to get on the hunt and crawl in the attic and trace this shit, cause I'm getting a short somewhere, but it ain't in the obvious spots because all my breakers good, all my fuses good. So it got to be a hunt dog electrician, right? So in my frustration, I say, okay, I got to go to the masters. Right? So I got a category of masters that I deal with. One, my homeboy named Lim. I met him on the job. He like an engineer, but this motherfucker bad, man. You know, so I called Lim, man, I hate to bother you, but let me run something by you, man, and tell me. So he said, yeah, Travis, sound like it's a short. He was like, I don't think it's nothing like, it's somewhere maybe with the storm, somewhere on the outside. You're getting water in it. So I say, damn. So I start looking at my outside outlets. But I don't see no water. So I don't know what to do. But the power on at the time. So then, you know, I'm thinking, and in the midst of this, it goes out again. So now, my last and finals draw. And I don't know why I didn't think about him in the beginning. I said, let me call Jesus, right? So I called Jesus. And you know, Jesus said, hello. I said, what's up, man? I said, man, you get them pictures I sent you, man? I sent them pictures. I sent everybody pictures of my fuse box. He said, yeah. I said, man, I told him the situation. He said, okay, I tell you what you do. He said, what you do? I said, what? He said, don't do nothing. I said, what you mean? He said, before you do anything, call Duke Power. If it happened after the storm, it's something on the line. It's something outside. And he told me a story about how, you know, this happened many times before. Something happened on the line, and people get the electricians come and they charge them a whole lot of money for new breaker boxes and this and that and this and that. And then they call me after it still don't work, and I come and I show them nothing was ever wrong inside your house, right? So I say, yeah. He say, so call Duke Power. So I called Duke Power, but they closed. Duke Power say, call between 7 a.m. and goddamn 3. So I'm like, damn, all right. So first thing this morning, I wake up, Jesus on my mind. I'm gonna follow what Jesus said, right? So I called Duke Power, 7 o'clock sharp. Told him, I say, after the storm, my lights went dim. Ever since the storm, they've been going out, come back on, going out, come back on. And plus, I think the line from the pole to my house is kind of low. And I think that's a safety hazard. I don't want my kids to be able to touch that line. So when I put safety in there, I knew that was going to kind of make it an urgent call. So got darn 20 minutes later, the Duke Power truck pull up. I said, good God almighty, right? So the dude go out there, young dude, man. He said, yeah, man. And he started off, he said, yeah, man. I used to ride my bike down here from across the way and go fishing when I was little, man. I say, word up. So we chilling, right? We talking, you know, good customer service type guy. So he get to talking, he get up there looking at the connections from the poles to the house. He said, ain't nothing bad on the pole end, but on your house, he said, I can almost be guaranteed this is where your problem at your connectors or whatever. He was like, I can guarantee, and if the storm shook it or made this wire shake a little bit, it probably just went on ahead and going in and out. And then he gave me a in-depth thing about how when aluminum get hot, it expands, or when it get warm. And he was like, and what's happening when it gets hot? That's when your power was working, but as it cooled down and expands open, you know, that's when it's going. But anyway, so he broke it down to me and showed me this, how it's corrosion, broke it off. It's like, I guarantee this is your problem, man. He's showing me the meters on before he take it off. One side on here, on my meter. He giving me a hell of a damn electricity course of understanding. And he, man, most homeowners wouldn't even went through the chains of rationals that you're doing, man. So hey, I big up you for that, man. Most people wouldn't even understand to make the call, but this guarantee your problem. And he was like, these connectors ain't even ours connectors. This something looked like an electrician might have done, but this ain't our connectors. And I was like, well, you know, I ain't never done nothing to it, so it must have been here before I bought the house. So boom, boom, boom. We go in. He said, go in there and turn on anything. If anything blink, I said, no. He said, yeah, you good, man. So I'm good and I'm free now. And I think back, man, and I say, man, I knew I had a fighting chance when I called on Jesus, man. Real talk, man. He done bailed me out of plumbing issues. He done bailed me out of a whole lot of things. And even when I bought this house, when I bought this house, the same lady had owned it, lived here for 53 years, and she hadn't done nothing to it. You know what I mean? Well, I ain't gonna say done nothing to it. They kept it up, but it looked like an old white woman that lived here for 53 goddamn years. So when I came in, I did my loan in a way that I was gonna flip the house. You see what I'm saying? So when I came in, I put new windows, done hardwood floors, redone the hardwood floors, roof work. I came in and flipped the house in a sense to make the house livable to my standards. And Jesus made a way for that. You know what I mean? From the paperwork to doing the work, Jesus made a way where we did that thing. So this house was touched by Jesus even when I bought it. So anytime something go wrong with it, Jesus is my bottom ace reference that I call, man. And I'm just thankful that I can call on Jesus, man. And he really goddamn make that shit happen for me, man. You know what I mean? So and if you ain't picked up on it by now. Jesus is a contractor, Jesus, but when he spelled his name Jesus. So I said, like I said, and even in the sense of what I'm making seem like I'm calling on Jesus, I'm calling on a real human, a real man. And going into the deeper message, and the point of it all is, see, I always tell people that the story is about something real, but it's just a story, and the story ain't real itself. The character and none of that shit ain't real itself, but what it's about is real, and what it's about is me, it's you. You see what I'm saying? And what we are to each other is how we save each other and how we're being saved. So it's all in relationship, companionship. It's all in the affiliation to one another. Ain't nobody coming back to save us. You came. I came. We give ourselves to each other and save ourselves from all the things that can hinder us, hurt us, and those type of things. But we give each other the peace that we need, man. So when you understand what it's about, you understand, man, you have the spirit in you to call on those that manifest real life. Like I say, even if you want to say, okay, I believe in Jesus, ain't nothing gonna fall out the sky. Boom trap, look, it's corrosion. Ain't nothing. Boom, thank you, Jesus. No, man, you got to understand how it works. You got to call a real living live spirit. And when that spirit receives you in true love, sincerity, compassion, empathy, all the things that make up Christ, when you find that in someone else and they give themselves in spirit back to you, see, man, Jesus saved me, y'all. I ain't got no power issue no more. You see what I'm saying? And see, you might even not understand the depth of the story, but every time this thing shorts out, or every time this thing reconnects, it's creating a spark. So at the very same way, that spark could have created a spark that burnt my house down and put me and my family's life in danger. So even if I get deep, Jesus saved me. You understand? And I'm just thankful, man. I'm just thankful that I got a whole lot of Jesuses, but in this particular case, his name is Jesus. And I called on him, and he saved me. And I thank you, and I believe in him. I love you.